Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. My name is Maria, or it's MJ here on YouTube. So in today's video we have another tag video. I have been enjoying these lately, so I'm going to do them as long as I enjoy them. So today's video is my fragrance addiction tag, and this tag was created, I believe, by Emmy's World of Fragrance. Now, she did not tag me, and I don't think anyone has tagged me. Not that I am aware of, but if you have tagged me, well, I'm doing it. If you haven't tagged me, well, I'm still doing it because I wanted to do it. I saw the questions and they were kind of interesting. Well, not kind of, they were obviously pretty interesting. That's why I'm doing the video. But anyways, without further ado, then let's get on to today's video. The first question is, why do you use fragrances? And the options are they a mood booster, a habit, compliments, or any other reason? I guess for me it's a little bit of everything. It's a habit. Even when I didn't have like all these fragrances, I've always used perfume. I've always wanted to smell good, and I've always gotten into the habit of spraying something, even if it was a body spray at that time, which I was using Sensual Amber from Bath & Body Works. Love it, still recommend it, and I still use it. I like the physical act of actually spraying something on. It's a mood booster for me as well. I have a different range of perfumes. Some of them make me feel more comfortable, some of them make me feel more flirty, etc. So it's definitely a mood booster, and depending on the type of mood that I'm in, that is the fragrance that I'll be picking for the day. And for me, it's also the compliments. I love to get compliments. I won't say that every single fragrance that I wear is to get compliments, because it's not. There's certain ones that I know that don't have the best projection or leave the craziest trail, but I personally really enjoy them, so I still wear them. So I won't say that's my only reason, but I do have a lot of fragrances that I particularly wear because I want to get complimented that day. I want them, and not even complimented, it's just because where I live, I can't say that I get complimented all the time, but it's more of I want to fill up the room. I want to feel enveloped in my own perfume, and I want to know that every time I enter a room or walk by someone can smell me and it projects well and all. Alright, so the next question is, how much and where do you apply perfume? Now, I apply a lot. I am an oversprayer, and I have a video already on how I spray my perfumes and how I apply them, so I'll be linking that up above and down below if you guys are interested. How many perfumes do you use per day? I want to say that I use about 2 to 3 perfumes a day. I love layering perfumes, which for the day I already have like my routine, which like I said, I'll be linking up above and below, and that itself is pretty potent, so that's like my perfume for the day. But most often than not, I am layering some sort of concoction that I have. It's not always, but most of the time it's already a concoction. So that's 2 perfumes. And then during the nighttime, after I take my night shower, I'll apply a different fragrance, and it's usually a lighter one. It'll be something like Cloud, Laura Mercier, Amethyst, Moschino I Love Love. So it's usually a more lighter, fresher one. Yeah, depending on my mood, whatever I want to feel for the day, or Angel Muse, stuff like that. So 2 to 3 perfumes for the day. Do you enjoy other perfumed products? Yes, I do. I do not enjoy skincare. It has an aroma or perfumed. No, I don't like skincare. I like my skincare to be fragrance free. It wasn't even till last year that I got into lotions. Before, I used to use unscented lotions, but I got into them last year, and I'm still not huge into them. I have a very curated lotion collection, if you can call it a collection, but I'm very happy with the ones that I have because they go pretty much with my whole perfume collection. So the one that I talk about all the time is In the Stars from Bath & Body Works. Great for your musky, woody perfumes. It's around the DNA of like 540, so think of that. Gingerbread Latte from Bath & Body Works. This is great for like my gourmand leaning perfumes, like Girl of Now, for example. Super good as well. And then my Prosecco one, the 1000 Wishes from Bath & Body Works as well. And this is great for my fruity perfumes. So good, y'all, so good. So I have pretty much 3 that I can just layer with every single perfume in my collection. So those are the ones that I have as of now. I do want to get more, but I'm trying to go through the ones that I have already. I love candles, just any sort of products that make the home smell good. I also do a lot of like natural concoctions to make the home smell good. Like I boiled rotten apples, y'all. Rotten apples that go bad, You cut them up and you put cinnamon, a little bit of brown sugar, and cloves and water, and then that itself creates the best home scent ever. It's like an apple and cinnamon scent, and it's so good, and it fills up the room, the whole house I should say. So it's really good and it's really potent and it's cheap. So anything house wise I like. All right, so the next question is, what fragrance in your collection best represents your current taste and aesthetic? Couldn't decide between, like, because aesthetic and perfume wise, it's so different, because I may love the perfume in it, but I may not like the bottle, and I don't think it represents my aesthetic. So I picked two, and two that I think represent my perfume collection overall. So I picked Tuberosis or Tuberose Imperial from BDK. I absolutely love this bottle. I think it is stunning. I love florals, and it's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit bubblegummy, and like I said, it's creamy. So I love creamy perfumes. So the aesthetic of this perfume is so simple, so chic, and just effortless looking. I love the bottle. So bottle wise, I would say that this represents my aesthetic quite well. It's very minimalistic. So the aesthetic of this, and of course the perfume itself, represents, I would say, my overall aesthetic. However, a perfume that I have said in the past represents just my personality would be Alien, just the original Alien from Mugler. Alien from Mugler. So, but this is a very unique, I would say even arrogant leaning, and just wow, different. Like Alien is Alien. Like I don't know anything else that smells like Alien. There's other perfumes that have come out that I feel like, oh, it reminds me of Alien, it reminds me of the vibe, but if you smell Alien, you know it's Alien. When I first got this, I wore this to like an open house. It was like the more bougie version of Miami, I would say, and this lady, she was like an artsy fartsy lady, and she was like, "You're wearing Alien, aren't you?" And I was like, "Girl, how you know? Girl, how you know?" Because Alien is Alien. Like it's such a distinctive smell that if you know it, you know it, and if you don't, you're intrigued to know it. So I love it. It's one that just fills up a room. So I would say that this one represents my taste overall in perfume and my personality. So Alien and BDK. Fragrance that you love but you don't wear often, and why? And I would say Marc Jacobs Decadence. That's another beautiful plum. It's a little bit spicy, it's very rich and decadent, and I love it. That's a very unique perfume. I love it. It's super good, but I don't wear it. I got it during the wrong time, and then I was super excited to wear it when the right time came around, but unfortunately it kind of got lost within my collection. But Marc Jacobs Decadence, even though I love it, it's one that I didn't wear a lot last year. So it's one that I kind of wish that I would have worn, but it's okay. I'll wear it again sometime this year, right? But it's one that the reason I haven't decluttered it is because I think it's also very unique, and it's really good, and it's a designer perfume, but it's unique. That's all I can say. There's nothing else that also smells like Marc Jacobs Decadence, and I really like it. So the next question is, do you divide fragrances by masculine/feminine, seasonally based, I think that's what it's supposed to say, or any other categories? So for this question, I would say seasonal, even though there are certain perfumes that, even though they're meant for winter, I'll wear them now if I feel like it. And during the winter, I was actually wearing my like spring perfumes because I was just over it. So whenever I'm in a kick to wear anything, I'll just wear anything because I just feel like it. I do what I do and I do what I want. But I will say that I do wear seasonal because certain perfumes just work better depending on the season. Like Scandal by Night, when I tried it in the heat, and I was like, I hate this. My skin just absorbed it. I couldn't smell it. I couldn't smell anything. It just felt so blah and bland. And I just destroyed that perfume on my Instagram. I was like, this is like the most overhyped, and I hate saying that word, but I said it, and I was like, I don't understand. Then I wore it one day when it was more windy, it was a lot more cooler, and I kept smelling myself, and I was like, I need a big boy bottle. And I got the big boy bottle because it just performed way better. Flora Botanica was one of them. So there's just certain perfumes that just work way better depending on the weather and the climate and all that. So yeah, I would say seasonal because climate is definitely a factor in how your perfume overall is going to smell, perform, etc. Next question is, do you typically purchase fragrances by sampling based on reviews, blind buying, or trying to sample in a store? Before, I would say it was based on reviews and I was blind buying. No, started by sampling. I will say that. Started by sampling because I did not. This was right before COVID. Want to spend my money on stuff. COVID hit and I got into more perfumes and I started to recognize more or less my own taste. I started understanding notes better, and that's when I started blind buying. I also like the thrill of blind buying, so pretty much my collection is blind bought, but I'm going back into the habit of sampling, and I don't really buy samples. I did, but it's super expensive. I do swapping, so I send people stuff from my collection and they send me stuff. Sometimes I even send people stuff from my collection and they don't send me anything. For me, it's not only the experience of trying new perfumes, but for me, it's a way of bonding with other members or other people from the fragrance community. So I don't really give people stuff so I can get stuff in return, because I have gotten stuff and I haven't given them stuff as well. So you know what I mean? For me, it's more of a bonding experience. I have been very much blessed to have done a couple of swaps, and I have like gotten my nose on a lot of stuff, and a lot of them is stuff that I didn't particularly like, so I'm definitely not going to be spending my money. But yeah, so I guess a little bit of everything. I started with sampling, then I started blind buying, now I'm kind of back to sampling. And before, I will say, it was based on reviews. I heavily depended, well, I can't say depended, but it was definitely an influence, like reviews. But now, even more now than then, I definitely am like more secure in what I like. I can't really say reviews really move me anymore, but reviews on Fragrantica I think are more intriguing now for me rather than videos. I really just watch videos for like entertainment reasons, or my perfume friends, if I know that we have similar taste, then I can like blind buy based on them, or that would move me to buy another perfume, stuff like that. But I can't say like reviews really, no, not really, because there's just so many now, so everyone has different ideas and reviews. So right, next question is, what fragrance from your collection was not love at first sniff and took you some time to love? And here I have Miss Roberto Cavalli Paradiso Assoluto. I'm not the biggest fan of these bottles. I think a lot of people like them, but I actually am not. I would think that I am on how much I talk about this brand and this particular line, but I'm actually not the biggest fan of the bottles. So this is one, when I did a first impression, I was like, yeah, no, this is not it. This is too heady, too floral. But y'all, wow, I haven't worn this one in quite a while, but as you can see, it has a dent because this is all I was wearing. I want to say spring entering summer. This is another great spring perfume. It's a really great perfume if you are looking for something different, unique, and sexy, and very womanly smelling. This is also another compliment getting perfume because, like I said, I find it unique. I find it very intriguing, and it fills up a room. Great performance. You get like huge bang for your buck because these perfume, or this line, is very affordable. And I didn't like this one because I found it too potent, too heady. Yeah, I was not with it. And I was not with it because I was comparing it to Gemma. Gemma is a lot more digestible. Gemma is a lot more likable. This one is more unique, and I was not expecting this, and I was not experienced. Well, I can't even say experience. I was not expecting it. I mixed it with Casablanca, and I got so many compliments at a family gathering. And then afterwards I was like, let me try it on its own because before I declutter it. And I'm so glad I did, because this easily became one of my favorites. Ask me between the two, I love Gemma, but this one, it's just very unique. This one is also more vanillic centric. I find this one more creamy, yet it's like spicy. It has a little bit of like citrus in there. It's very, very different, very unique. You have to be quite open-minded to smell this perfume and to understand it. And I want to say that if you like something like Dior Addict, you would probably like this, because Dior Addict has that creamy vanilla, but it's still floral, and it has that spiciness in there, a little zing, a little green aspect to it. And this is what this is: creamy yet spicy, yet it has like a green like tone to it. And it's not even citrus, well, I guess it's citrus, but very, very different, like beautifully composed, and I really, really like it. So this is one that I had to wear, and I'm glad I didn't declutter it. Not all perfumes are going to be love at first sniff, and I don't even like to try something for too long, because if I don't like it, I don't like it and I get rid of it. But this is one that I'm very happy that I continue to try, because it's beautiful and it's very affordable. So give it a try if you haven't already. And like I said, if you like Dior Addict, you would probably like something like this. So that is Paradiso Assoluto from Roberto Cavalli. I should have actually included that one, not gonna lie, in my top spring perfumes. So if you didn't watch that one, I think that's a top spring perfume because I was running through that one last spring. Right, next is, how do you handle fragrance fails or disappointments? I just handle it. Especially if I blind buy, which, like I said, pretty much my whole collection is blind bought. You take that risk in blind buying. So how do I handle it? I sell it. I return it if I can. Most often than not, I'm not going to be returning it, because I do like to give perfumes their share and their like chance. So by the time that I want to return it, I've already, you know, have used it, and I'm not going to return a used perfume. So I either sell it or I give it away. Lately, I've been kind of lazy in posting to sell, so I've been giving them away. But yeah, selling, giving away, and just taking it like that. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me. Like, you take that risk. If not, then you just gotta sample it if you don't want to have a fail or disappointment. Next question is, fragrance on your wish list that you're not able to purchase and why? 540 Extrait. First perfume that came onto my mind when I saw that question. I love 540, the Extrait version. It's sweeter, and I believe that it has better performance than the original. The original is still nice, and I'd be gladly to receive it, but I don't think it's a perfume that I would, no, I don't think. It's not a perfume that I would personally purchase, because it's still very expensive. But the Extrait version, y'all, that is a perfume that I told myself that once I succeed in the goals that I want to meet, that is a perfume that I will buy for myself, because that is a perfume of like, I made it. That perfume is, and for obvious reasons that I can't purchase it, it's overly and uberly expensive. So yeah. What percentage of your collection is niche, designer, and celebrity? I would say about 90% designer, 8% niche, and 2% celebrity. So yeah. And I think that's it for questions. So I kind of ran through that. So that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys have any questions, comments, and concerns, as always, you guys can comment down below. Also, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, as it helps me out a lot. And as always, I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful and blessed day. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.